Hey everybody, Doug7 here with another Steal This Lick video. I had a really cool thought today in habitual techniques, the style of Brad Paisley type of stuff. DVD that we did a long time ago, last year. There's a really super cool little cheat, and it's a great little brain hack, if you will, to otherwise hard licks that would sound really hard, okay? And it's all about substituting, and I've talked about this before in other videos, even here on YouTube and on the website and things. It's all about substituting notes for random, wherever they land, open strings, okay? If you're not familiar with this, I'll go ahead and show you what I mean. And that's basically taking a line or a riff, okay, and substituting this first finger. So instead of that, I would hit the associated open string. Instead of that note, I would just play that string open wherever my index finger would have landed before, okay? Instead, I'm going. So that's the old way, and the new way would be. Okay? And you could do this anywhere, and I'll show you. Well, let's do the same line. Just change the pitch to A. Okay, that'd be the old way. Okay, and let's go ahead and substitute these notes for the open string rather than fretting the note. Okay, and to me, if you really want to sound like Brad Paisley and you want to kind of use licks that you already know, and that's what the DVD is all about, it's kind of using stuff you're familiar with and using just a slight little technique, you know, just applying a technique to it to make it sound more modern and more, you know, Brad Paisley-ish, okay? So if you do that in another key, let's do it in C. Instead of going, we would go, okay? And that sounds more Brad because it's more off the wall and more of the notes really don't make much sense. But when you speed it up and put that in a band situation where there's rhythm tracks and there's, you know, it's kind of buried in the mix, all those wrong notes suddenly sound genius. And that's what I love about Brad, and I'm always singing his praises on, you know, kind of arriving and evolving into the guitar player and the style that he has right now. And that's why it's so cool, because nobody's ever considered playing all these wrong notes and making them sound right. I mean, no disrespect by that, by the way, and it sounds like when I say he played a lot of wrong notes and just made them work, that it's kind of disrespectful and uneducated sounding, but I think it's the opposite, actually. I think it's where his individual genius comes out, honestly. So, sounds good. Put it in B. Okay, and now I'm going to show you, just keep that in mind. I'm going to add tabs below and everything like that. I'm kind of moving fast. I want this to be quick and short, so it's easy for you to chew on, right? So let's go back to the first example in E, okay? I'm also going to show you a manipulation you can do with your timing on this. And that's also something he does that sets him apart from everybody and why he's sought after, why everybody wants to know how he does what he does. I don't really claim to know how he does it, but I do know how I do it when I'm trying to mimic him. Okay, I kind of did figure that out. So I've never sat down with Brad, and I don't know how if he thinks this way when he plays what he plays. But I found a way to copy it and explain it. So if that makes any Makes it a lot easier on everybody. So the original would be like a train beat, and I'll show you a backing track here in a minute, and I'll play around a chord progression, just a simple chord progression with this. Kind of a train beat country. That would kind of be like a normal phrase that you would be familiar with, okay? Here's adding those, and like I said again, it's just substituting anywhere the bottom half, the left half of your notes would be. If you were going to pluck, just use all those open instead, okay? And then the A. B. Okay, and like I said, I'm going to show you in a second with a backing track, and you'll see how it really sounds very cool, and it sounds very Paisley, and you know, something he would do. Now, you're going to have to watch this a bunch of times because I'm kind of moving fast. I want to just remind you, if you don't have habitual techniques, there's 30 of these examples I give you. Okay, and you can apply what I'm telling you today to anything you already play pretty proficiently. You know, if you do a line or a scale, scales are great to practice this with. So I just want you to get a good lesson out of this, and I want to put a plug in for the DVD, so everybody wins, right? Anyway, here is something else I wanted to show you really fast before we go to the, I'll just put them on the end of the video, the backing tracks, and then I'll give them to you for download on the website. So here is another really cool application with that exact same notes. So the tab you get are going to have these notes, all right? So I want you to practice them. What I didn't tab out, and it's something I'm just showing you right now, is how we can do like some 16th note triplets in that same. So so super fast lightning speed triplets, okay? These are easy to do using this method, okay? So there's the original. Now here's how to do super fast lightning triplets. Let's go to A. There's the original. Here's the triplets. Speed that up. So you see how super easy, I mean, it sounds hard because I've worked on it and I've sped it up, but when you're, if something's too fast, you know, some of those notes, playing all those notes without them random open strings would be very hard to do at that speed. And that's why I say, you know, getting this DVD and the lessons taught in there, there's a lot of other techniques that I'll show you, little cheats that'll help you speed up and double your speed. That's, you know, that's what it did for me. Instead of going, it's really hard to do, plucking all those notes. But if you just learn how to incorporate those open strings and apply that technique. Another thing I just noticed I'm doing is not necessarily am I just using that open string. I might skip an open string. Down here you can see with my right hand. So Okay, and let's go down here to A. Instead of going, skip a string and do the first string. And here's the triplet in A. And then in E. A little bit slower. Sounds great, don't it? And like I said, I'm using the same riff, the same line of notes, you know, changing the pitch naturally when it changes keys, doing that exact same lick in that key, okay? I just think that's a great lesson that you can literally sit around with for hours and take one line or phrase or riff that you do and try to incorporate this and apply this technique. Basically, just adding open strings where it would be descending otherwise. Like I showed you in the other one, instead of going, that's just a regular blues scale. Go. So on the descending, either do a pull off or just skip it all together. You know, and just, that sounded horrible. I'll probably never use that. But it's a part of the experiment, and that's where I came up with that, actually, is, you know, instead of skipping that all together, to my ear, it sounded better to go ahead and do the scale and then do a pull-off. Just sounds good, you know. Or do the increments. And here's, I'm giving you a lot, so just watch this over and over. Here's another thing you could do with timing. Add the triplets in there. And just kind of play around with timing like that. Get yourself a good backing track. I'm going to give you one here in this video. Actually, I might give you a couple. And I gave you lick number 21 and 22 from Habitual Techniques. If you don't got it, get it. And if this video inspired you and helped you out today, if it's something you think it will help other people, please share it on your Facebook. Comment below. If you're on YouTube, in the description box, I've put the link to go get the tabs and the backing tracks from the actual website. So I'm going to make you visit my site to get the free stuff. Okay, so glad to be with you today. Thanks for your time. Like I said, comment, rate it, post it, reshare it, do all that, only if it's nice. And I'll see you in the next Steal This Lick video. Thanks, guys.
Bye.